Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. WarriorsTrade. The news coming out right now is urgent. It's breaking and it has the entire league buzzing. Their Warriors are at the center of yet another storm. And this update is one that could have serious implications, not only for Golden State's future, but for the balance of power across the NBA. Fans have been holding their breath, waiting for clarity, and now it's official. Their Warriors are making moves. They're making statements, and everyone around the league is reacting in shock. When you think about the Warriors, you think about a dynasty. You think about a team that defined a generation of basketball with their pace, their style, their unselfishness, and of course, their three-point shooting led by Stephen Curry. But what's happening right now shows us that this era is reaching a crossroads. Their Warriors are not standing still. They know time is ticking. They know windows don't stay open forever. And they know that if they want to remain competitive in a brutal Western Conference, they need to act now. And today's update confirms exactly that. The urgent development involves not just one player, not just one front office decision, but an entire organizational shift in mindset. Insiders are reporting that the Warriors have come to terms with the fact that change is not optional anymore. It's mandatory. The franchise that once relied on continuity is now staring at a roster that needs immediate reinforcement. Stephen Curry is still at the peak of his abilities, but he can't carry the entire load forever. Draymond Green has been a vocal leader, a defensive anchor, and sometimes a lightning rod for controversy, but even his role is being questioned as the Warriors look to reshape. Klay Thompson, after everything he's given, finds himself in a situation where the team has to weigh loyalty against the cold realities of competition. The shocking confirmation is that Golden State is finally breaking the silence on potential roster moves that could reshape the core. According to reports, trade discussions that were whispered about just weeks ago are now real, and the front office is prepared to go big. That's why this update has the NBA in shock. The Warriors aren't just considering minor tweaks. They're open to blockbuster deals. Deals that could involve some of the most recognizable faces on their roster. Fans are stunned because for years, Golden State has been about loyalty, about keeping their championship core together. But this season's struggles, inconsistencies, and flashes of vulnerability have forced the hand of General Manager Mike Dunleavy Jr. and the ownership group. They know the Western Conference isn't waiting for them. The Nuggets, the Timberwolves, the Mavericks, the Thunder, and even the Lakers are all pushing hard. And now with teams loading up and stars changing teams at record pace, their Warriors can't afford to hesitate. So, what exactly has been confirmed? Sources say that the Warriors have already been engaged in active conversations with multiple teams about reshaping the roster before the next critical phase of the season. There is strong belief inside the organization that they need a new injection of talent. Whether it comes in the form of a younger star, a two-way wing who can defend and hit shots, or a big man who can anchor the paint, the franchise realizes that they cannot waste another season of Curry's greatness. And that sense of urgency is what's fueling these talks. The NBA community has reacted with pure shock because no one expected Golden State to move this quickly. Just a short time ago, there was hope that internal development and chemistry could be enough to steady the ship. But with Jonathan Kuminga's inconsistent usage, Moses Moody's uncertain role, and Andrew Wiggins not playing up to his previous All-Star standard, the front office knows that relying on hope isn't a strategy. The confirmation that they're now pursuing trades aggressively sends a signal to the rest of the league. Golden State is ready to make bold moves again. This news also has fans debating one huge question. Who is untouchable on this roster? Obviously, Stephen Curry is the heart and soul of the franchise, and there's no scenario where the team moves him. But beyond Curry, it gets complicated. Draymond Green has always been described as the emotional heartbeat, but his volatility and declining consistency make him a tough piece to build around. Klay Thompson has shown flashes of his old brilliance, but at his age and with his injuries, their Warriors need to think twice. Even young players like Kuminga, who was once seen as the future cornerstone, might not be safe if the right deal comes along. That's how urgent and serious this situation has become. The breaking confirmation also points toward the ownership group being fully supportive of a big swing. Joe Liob has never been shy about spending money or paying luxury taxes, but he wants results. He wants banners, not excuses. And when you have Stephen Curry still performing at an MVP level, you owe it to him and to the fan base to surround him with the tools necessary to compete. This is not a franchise that settles for mediocrity. And the urgency now is louder than ever. Around the NBA, rival executives are on high alert. Whenever the Warriors are active in trade talks, it sends ripple effects. Other teams start to wonder if they can take advantage, if they can pry away one of Golden State's young talents, or if they need to prepare for the Warriors, suddenly adding a star who changes the playoff picture entirely. The element of shock comes from the realization that the Warriors could re-enter the conversation as legitimate contenders overnight if they land the right piece. Let's not forget, this is a team that has reinvented itself before. Back in 2016, when the league thought the Warriors had peaked, they shocked the world by adding Kevin Durant, creating one of the most dominant dynasties the game has ever seen. No one is suggesting another Durant-level signing right now, but the idea of the Warriors aggressively pursuing a major addition has teams nervous. A single bold trade could transform them from a team clinging to playoff hopes into a legitimate threat to win it all again. Fans are split on this urgent update. Some are excited, believing this is exactly what the team needs: a shake-up to maximize Curry's window and get back to championship form. Others are heartbroken, nervous about the possibility of saying goodbye to beloved players who defined an era. But the reality is this: dynasties don't last forever unless you're willing to make tough decisions. Their Warriors know this better than anyone. And that's why today's confirmation is so powerful. It's the organization admitting that the status quo isn't enough anymore. What's even more shocking is that names of potential targets are already being whispered. Rival scouts believe the Warriors could target a star-level wing, someone who can defend multiple positions and take pressure off Curry offensively. Others suggest that a dominant big man might be the missing piece, finally giving Golden State an interior presence that can rebound, protect the rim, and provide second-chance opportunities. The specific names haven't been made public yet, but the urgency behind these talks shows that the Warriors aren't just exploring, they're acting. The NBA is truly in shock because no one thought Golden State would make this move so decisively, so publicly, and so quickly. But if history has taught us anything, it's that you never underestimate this franchise. Their Warriors are plotting something. And whatever it is, the league better be ready. Stephen Curry isn't done yet. And with this urgent confirmation, their Warriors have made it clear they're not done either. This breaking news is still developing. And as always, we'll keep you updated as more details emerge. But one thing is certain: the Golden State Warriors have just reminded the basketball world that they're not going quietly into the night. They're coming back swinging, and the shockwaves are being felt everywhere right